Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Okay, so for this video, I want to pick up on a topic that we were discussing a couple weeks ago, when the Democrat talking heads in the media were reflecting on the 2024 loss, and they kept saying they needed to make their own Joe Rogan.
I hope that this is the last Democratic nominee who says no to Joe Rogan. Like, even if you have to go to the studio.
I would go further than that, Ryan.
Yeah.
You need your own Joe Rogan is the bigger point. That's the bigger problem, not
well,
that.
Democrats had their own Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan endorsed Bernie Sanders in 2020.
Well,
and back then, in response, what I was really focused on was just this warped corporate media way of thinking. Essentially, the point I think that I made back then was we are not the same. We're just not like these corporate media hacks who view everything through the lens of money, power, and influence. Well, that right there is the idea that I want to build on. I got another headline that really shows the difference between us and them. What it feels like is more confirmation that the good guys are winning. Let me show you guys exactly what I mean by that. We got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. All right, folks, so here's what inspired the video. Take a look at this headline right over here from the Washington Post. As his power grows, DC wonders, how do you lobby a man like Elon Musk? And just let that sink in for a second. How clearly our way of thinking is differentiated here. They're not interested in Elon Musk's accomplishments, his innovations, or even what he intends to do here in the White House and what his vision for the future is. No, the question on the minds of your average Washington insider is how do we control him? That's essentially what they're saying there, isn't it? How do we control Elon Musk? It's funny how these people think they're slick, but they're anything but. They seem to be experts in saying the quiet part out loud. Or maybe it's just become an accepted reality. The twisted logic of DC power playing. Everybody has a price. Everybody can be bought, everybody can be leveraged or subdued. But what if this time there's a catch? You know, what if Elon Musk just doesn't want to play by their rules? And this time, that's really what this headline has me thinking. You know, the power of a potential good faith outlier, a disruptor, a political outsider, but most importantly, somebody who can't be compromised by the dollar. You know, that might end up being the thing that Washington hates the most. They must hate the idea of somebody who might succeed without owing them anything. No favors, no donations, no backroom deals. You know, Elon Musk is an independent superpower on his own. In other words, he doesn't need them. And maybe that's what's so confusing to them, and that's why he's got a target on his back. And you know, maybe headlines like these from the Washington Post are more than just honest headline questions, and more a declaration of war against anybody who operates outside of their system. You know, it kind of seems like it's out of the same playbook that they used against Donald Trump. Look at what happens when somebody enters the political field and succeeds at the highest level but cannot be bought. When they refuse to bow to the DC machine, they become public enemy number one.
And then let me know who I got to vote for to keep Hitler out the White House. Yeah. Hitler, White House, we keeping him out, keeping Project 2025 out. That's all I care about. Up and down the ballot, from the rooted to...
Donald Trump was president. He said he wanted generals like Adolf Hitler had. Donald Trump said that because he does not want a military that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him.
Former president is under fire for a video he posted on social media that used language from Nazi Germany. The latest in a series of anti-Semitic and authoritarian statements from Trump and his campaign.
Their vision for the country, it is not normal for those videos to have references to Nazi Germany and Adolf Hitler.
And then he says that the news network that is most critical of him should be taken off the air. This is not a reach. I could go back and talk about Nazi Germany, and I do it without any concerns whatsoever. And if people can't start drawing the parallels, well, you're just stupid, or you have your head in the sand, or you're one of them.
And I will say that Elon Musk is perhaps the world's leading spreader of disinformation.
Elon Musk sits on Twitter every day, or X today, saying like, we are the media, you are the media. My message to Elon Musk is bullshit. You're not the media.
From Musk's side, Musk obviously finds Trump's authoritarian leanings appealing.
He seems to have a lot of time to just be putting out false information.
Total non-stop digital propaganda vilification campaigns pumped into the digital streams. And you can see exactly when it happens. The moment the figure goes astray. Donald Trump used to be a beloved figure. I mean, the media loved him.
happy to have you. Whenever you're on with us, we're very happy.
We love it.
He says that it's his own hair. So I believe him because I believe Donald. He's an upstanding American.
I learned that Donald Trump, again,
He's a nice guy.
he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
And he gave a wonderful donation to the Global Medical Relief Fund. My daughter's having a fundraiser. She worked there. Thank you.
But then he challenged their power and refused to play their way. And again, right back to what I said earlier, public enemy number one. We've seen the script before. I mean, we've been living the script of the last decade or so. And now it seems like they're doing the exact same thing for Elon Musk. And it really has me thinking, what do they fear? What do they fear so badly? I know what they tell us to fear. They want you to believe that extreme wealth is inherently evil. Ooh, billionaire bad, billionaire bad. Be wary of the billionaire. As if any extremely successful individual, by definition, is just a bad guy. Fear the billionaire, they say, but not every billionaire is made the same. And some of them are in a very unique position of having more money than they could ever spend. In other words, they're independent. They don't need to sell out to the Washington power bidders. The PSYOP has been fear the rich man, which can be valid in some situations, but if the rich man is there with you on the ground, risking it all on the front line, and putting his money where his mouth is, well then I'm not so sure that there's much to fear. I think they're the ones who are fearful. They essentially fear the billionaire or fear the person who cannot be bought. Maybe that explains the PSYOP, this carefully orchestrated campaign to attack these figures who fall out of line. Maybe that explains the panic, that explains the doom and gloom in the media. Just think about it. What does wealth have to do with anything? Sure, Donald Trump and Elon Musk are billionaires, but if Trump's willing to take a bullet, 90 plus indictments, great reputational harm, significant loss of his personal wealth, the list goes on, well then maybe he's got some credibility. And the same thing with Elon Musk, who put his money where his mouth is when it came to defending free speech online. I don't know, there seems to be more to the story. There seems to be nuance. Maybe the whole billionaire bad approach is a little bit rudimentary and outdated. Or maybe it was all a mass gaslighting campaign, a phase of propaganda, if you will. A narrative play released by the bureaucratic elite to demonize success and independence. I mean, what do big government players hate more than anything? Or rather, what do they fear more than anything? They fear those who can succeed without their approval, without their involvement in the deal, essentially without their influence. Maybe that's why they target and vilify the most inspirational among us, while giving false praise to very unimpressive candidates who are willing to toe their line. And so I guess just to conclude here, the media once again shows their true colors. They show us once again why we are not the same. And I guess the litmus test remains true. If you're the target of endless media attacks and slanders and hit pieces, well then you're probably up to too much good and they simply don't like it. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.